The Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has banned the VIO from Lagos State but did not give concise reasons for the action, welcomed and condemned by many depending on whose side you belong to. To help us understand the possible reasons why the decision by the governor was taken, Patrick Adinusi, a public affairs analyst, joins me now. Many thanks indeed for coming on the show at this time. Did you see this coming? It seemed a rude awakening when the governor made the pronouncement while commissioning the Berger pedestrian bridge and the new look of the area controlled, as traffic has been more controlled in that area now. Did you see this coming?
Well, not really. I really didn't see this coming, this direction that it came. When I heard of the crisis that happened involving the VIS, I didn't know that the government will descend this high.
Is it remotely true that the VIO are disguised in corrupt practices as suggested by many, because they do not accept that bribe, that infamous bribe, which is a good thing, but instead insist on you paying the fine which goes into private accounts?
Well, I know that the VIS, as one of the government agents in the state, I think most of their fines should go into government coffers. But being in the country that we are all in, we know that you cannot 100% trust everyone in the country today the way it is. But that notwithstanding, if you check whatever amount they bring into the government coffers, I'm sure it should be reasonable.
So tell us now, are more people in support of this permanent ban, as the governor puts it, or against it? Well,
the governor taking them out of the road did say that he's replacing their activities technologically. And I think that's the best way to go, because the world is evolving and things are improving and taking shape. If you take a look at it, previously in all the states of the nation except Abuja and I think Anambra State right now, most states that has vehicle inspection service officers, they barely see the vehicles, they just sign and issue certificates of roadworthiness. And you see vehicles that are sick, not roadworthy, carrying the documents, having documents that roadworthy certificate. But I know that the government of Lagos State now has built 2 running computerized vehicle inspection service centers. I think one is in Ojodo and one is in Ikorodu, and they plan to build about 50 more. In other parts of the world, you do not manually just look at a vehicle and assess it and say, okay, this vehicle is roadworthy. It goes through process of checks. And so the government of Lagos State taking that route, I think is one of the best things to do, since Lagos is becoming a mega city and embracing the best practice in the world. So I think it's a good...
permit me to just butt in there. This is where it gets really interesting for many people, the use of technology to replace the VIOs. You say that they have got some centers that are already established, but equipping those centers may seem a major concern. How do you see this playing out technologically speaking? Are they going to use drones, for example? What will they employ to try to replace the VIOs with?
Yeah, well, the technological deployment that the government is embarked on has to be operated by human beings. So they are practically not off the road. In America, for example, they do vehicle inspection, and if your vehicle is not roadworthy, the police will still apprehend you. So the VIO guys not being on the road to check. When my personal view of this is the fact that the government said they are not going to be on the road permanently. I don't think that negates the fact that they will still enforce the law relating to vehicle inspection. Standing on the road, stopping vehicles, and checking their papers is not the way to go. Now they will have mobile devices. They can actually establish the number of vehicles.
Fine and good. That is established. But what becomes of the VIO as an institution now, as a government agency? What's going to happen to the staff? Are they going to lose their jobs?
I don't think they will lose their job. I mean, the computerized vehicle inspection services that are being built are going to be manned by human beings, and most of them are engineers, so they should be able to get that done. But I know also with the United Nations call that we should have safer vehicles on our roads. I'm sure there will be something for them to do, for the government to say that, okay, we want them off the road. They must have assignment for them where they see that they have excess staff. There are other openings that they can be redeployed into, but I think best practice of the world is computerized vehicle inspection system, and I think it's the right way for us to go, bearing in mind the total number of people that are killed on Nigerian roads on a daily basis.
While I wait for you to tell us where the VIO officers will be redeployed to, for instance, some argue that the VIO and the FRSC operations is a duplication of roles. Is that really what it is?
No, I don't think so. For example, in other parts of the world, let me just say America, for example, you just see police, and the policeman stops you when your windshields are broken, your taillights are not working, you have an accident, it is the police that you see. But in this part of the world, we have broken it. VIO used to be an arm of the Nigerian police. They were just excised out of it. They were taken out. I don't think there will be provision to go make them into the police anymore. There will be things for them to do. I am very sure that there will be things for them to do in terms of engagement, but I don't think they will be completely disbanded because the law that set them up is still existing.
Thanks indeed for talking to us, Patrick Adenusi, public affairs analyst, and also to everyone else who's been part of the show. I want to thank you so much indeed for watching. That's State of the Nation. I am Gimba Umar. Join us same time next week for a fresh episode. Bye for now.